today we're going to look at Article 300. Now, this class is based around the 2011 edition of the National Electrical Code. On the internet, if I go to freenec.com, this is the 2008 edition of the National Electrical Code. This is a good way for me to show you me working around the code book. So you can use this also and watch how I get around the code book. Article 300 begins in Chapter 3 of the code book, Wiring Methods and Materials. So I will click here. Chapter 3, Wiring Methods and Materials. And then under the general requirements here, you can see that this article covers the wiring methods for all wiring installations unless modified by other articles. And just, a couple of things we want to point out here. Under Article 300.1, Part C, metric designators and trade sizes. If we're talking about metric designator 41, you'll see that that corresponds to trade size 1 1/2 inches. So this table 300.1 is something that you might want to be familiar with. And I'm going to go to the next page. And as we're just continuing through Article 300, Article 300.4 covers the protection against physical damage. So as an example, in Article 300.4, Part A, cables and raceways through wood members. If you're boring a hole through a wooden structural member, then you'll notice it says here that the hole that you bore must not be less than 1 1/4 inches from the nearest edge of the wood member. This is so that you can protect the cable that's passing through the bored hole from screws or nails that may be used to attach boards or a covering to these structural members. If you're notching the wood, you can see here that if there's a notch in my wood that I've got a cable passing through, then I'm going to need to use a steel plate that's at least 1/16 of an inch thick to cover that notch. And as we work through the module, you're going to have activities and questions, and you will just simply have to read through Article 300 and locate this information. Remember, that's the purpose of this class, is to help you become familiar with looking through the code book and finding answers to questions.